Today we are going to explain my most recent 6-pack in War. 2 3-star attacks. We did it live on stream. Let's break down the attacks and explain to you exactly how we got this done. What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. Yesterday we managed to get a 6-pack in War, 12v12 3-stars, and we did that with both attacks. Thank you to everyone that was in the live stream. Let me know in the comments if you were there, but you guys wanted a little bit of a recap of it, so I'm going to bring that to anyone that didn't catch the live stream as well. So getting into the first attack, this was the base we looked at. Now if you are interested in catching these live streams, be sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to turn on the notification bell, because when we go live, that's when we basically plan the attacks and execute them as well. And it's probably about an hour and a half, somewhere around that region that we do the live streams for. But in this first attack, what immediately sprung out to me was actually we could use the bat spell in the center here in order to take down the eagle, the air defense, the sweeper, and basically crush the middle of the base. Now actually when we looked at the attack that was done prior to mine, because it had already been 2-starred, that's actually what they did. However, one of you guys, the subscriber, suggested, what if we came in from the multi-inferno? Instead of freezing it and dropping the bats over here next to the eagle and the air defense, if we were to drop it directly on top of the wizard tower and the inferno tower, what would then happen is the bats would come up north anyway and continue to take out these defenses, but actually they then wouldn't be targeted by splash damage. We could force them up there, and we'd also create a nice funnel with that. So that's what we decided to do. In the north of the base, you can see this little section, and what I decided to do was send the stone slammer into this area. Primary reason being, there's a cannon right there that the stone slammer will be attracted to. It will break open this wall by attacking it in order to allow my king and queen in, and once the stone slammer gets over the wizard tower, I can pop out loons, which should take down most of this section, to be honest. I decided to send some loons into the archer tower just to distract the single target inferno as best as possible, but with my king and queen in there, the idea is to take out the enemy queen, the CC, and the Giga Tesla. So that entire northern section is down, the entire southern section is down. There's potential that we still have an inferno tower here, and we still have an air defense. So many of you guys that use the drag bat attack strategy, not necessarily the best option here. So LavaLoon, lots of loons, was the much better option. Now which side do we come in from, left or right? It's pretty clear, to be honest, because we should get this sweeper down, so we come in behind the sweeper. Not to mention that there's an air defense which the lava hound will be pinned to on this left hand side. We're going to have the lava hounds fried by the single inferno, and we can get 2 wizard towers down quickly if we come in from the right hand side and finish just on 1 wizard tower on the left. Make sure we save a balloon or 2 in order to distract that. So let's get into the attack, then we will move on to the second one, and be sure to leave a like if this one helps you out. So as per, again, this is what the live streams are great with. You guys can suggest stuff to us as we are planning the attack. So rage, the bat spell, then the freeze. You get better value out of the freeze by putting the bats in first, and as you can see, we got that area with the splash damage. The bats moved on up, but unfortunately they just missed out on the eagle. Now it was a little bit of a concern, but not that big of a concern, because I had so many troops left over. Now the funnel actually didn't get created efficiently here because the baby dragon went down, but it doesn't matter because the deployment of my king and queen, I deployed them right up in the north so that they would have to come into this compartment. Now the main thing that I did wrong in this attack is I misplaced my poison, and as you can see I have missed the witch, which is a pretty big deal, to be honest. My queen is going to stall here for quite some time, so I send a couple of minions in to try and help with that. can't target them because of this army camp that was left up, and I send a couple of loons as well. But a level 60 queen actually can get through the witch. Then we're going to press that ability nice and early to get the Giga Bomb down, and just look at the base from this point. We still have 30 loons. There's no way this isn't a 3-star. It's purely trying to tank over the wizard towers. That's probably where the red air bombs would be, if anything. Get the lava hounds to come in over the top of the wizard towers and surgically pop the loons in. The pathing has been created amazingly. Like we said, the drag bat is a great strategy, but using the LavaLoon to finish it off can be just as good. As the Lava Hound comes across here, I'm holding on to that Grand Warden's ability for this far section. I could have used it when the Eagle Artillery was firing, but my loons hadn't necessarily clumped together at that point. So the Eagle Artillery is down. We use the Grand Warden's ability. There's them loons on the back end for the Wizard Tower. Haste over this area. Could have potentially used that haste a little bit earlier on, but it doesn't matter. There's so many loons. I had my minions spread out already for cleanup. This attack worked fantastically, and again, this was probably 20-25 minutes that we sat on voice, live streamed the whole thing, where you got to see the planning of the attack, the execution of it, resulting in the 3-star live. The live stream is still available if you want to check it out. I'll link it in the top right. Then the second attack, we basically took the attack from Sumi here on base number 12. He got 96% on this attack, so we had to look at it and think about how we would adjust it in order to get the 3 stars. So this is what we decided to do. We copy the bat spell deployment that he brought in here. Fantastic to get the multi and the 2 air defense, but actually once that section is down, the bats kind of go to waste. So we're not going to use as many bats, because look at all these bats that are going to waste. I can save a spell there, I can take an extra freeze. That's going to be helpful. He then brings the kill squad in from the bottom here, which is actually a very good option, and that's what we decided to continue with. We had considered doing the kill squad first, just to funnel the bats from the spell a little bit further up here, but then again, one of the subscribers on the stream suggested that since an air defense was still up, the funneling aspect wouldn't work as well, so we decided against that, but you'll see why we were going to do that. Basically, the kill squad missed the wizard tower. So again, the stone slammer, we thought actually if we use that instead, we should be able to break open these walls more efficiently. We'll be able to get further in because it can take some defenses, and we should be able to take that area a little bit better if we funnel the queen. She should still get this air defense, but she shouldn't then be funneled around the outside of the base is bad. And the funneling of the dragons, basically, we used a dragon over here on this attack in order to try and take out the storages. We figured once that area is clear, we'll use a baby dragon, and I don't know how many of you guys seen, but the tornado trap is on the left hand side here. We decided to try and activate that as well, so that the dragons weren't caught in that, because the main thing on the scout that you just watched was that the Giga Tesla basically fried the dragons around it, so we had to make sure the dragons funneled to that Giga Tesla. So since this air defense would remain up if we did the kill squad first, which we considered, we decided to just stick with the bat spell. We were taking one less bat spell anyway, since they didn't get as far, and essentially it wasn't as important then to funnel the dragons up to these defenses, the bats, sorry, because they were going to get taken out. So we decided to do the bat spell exactly the same, but with one less spell. We should get the same value. There was a lot of bats went to waste. That's immediately some efficiency we have gained in the attack. Once that's done, the funnel of the king with the baby dragon next to it. That baby dragon was purely just for efficiency, helped to take down them storages and get the king down there a little bit quicker. As you can see, that has worked out brilliantly. And one thing we were considering was a couple of balloons onto this cannon, but honestly I forgot about it when we started the attack. Not to worry, we start the funnel here with minions straight away. We have the baby dragon and the king. As soon as he starts walking down, we can use the stone slammer. Again, the Stone Slammer will target this arch tower, should easily get these walls open, and Valkyries inside that CC worked very nicely in the scout attack. With a rage, that's going to be perfect. I used the freeze to try and get both the Queen and the single Inferno. Had to make sure to get the single, so we got that. Queen goes straight down. Now, because we funneled this differently to make sure to get that Wizard Tower, we did lure the CC, which is something that I wasn't expecting. In comes the Baby Dragon to funnel that side, but there's a black air bomb. Had we have put that Loon in, which I had originally planned, that wouldn't have happened. But not to worry, I do counteract and put my dragons a little bit over there as well. But at this point, I know this southern section is down. I'm pretty sure the Queen is going to get the air defense, so I start the dragons, again being time efficient. In they come, nice little C shape around the Giga Tesla, balloons coming in heavily, and then we send 3 balloons to this section to try and get the cannon, move to the Archer Tower to activate the tornado trap. One of them went down, so I put a further loon in, but it wasn't enough. Either way, it doesn't really matter. We use the Rage spell to power the dragons up to and onto the Giga Tesla. That's the main thing we need to get down right here, and I use the Grand Warden's ability quite early. Basically, that helps to tank through the Giga Tesla firing and the bomb as well. Now, I missed the Queen ability. That was a huge thing here. I actually asked my friends Zet and Razon, thank you so much for this again, guys. They were on voice with us. You guys that saw this live got to see that. I basically asked them to keep an eye on the Queen ability. Because of the lag, I didn't factor that in and we missed it. But we did indeed have the attack planned down to a T, and we managed to get the 3-star on this as well because we funneled the dragons more effectively onto them defenses and basically got the job done brilliantly. So the bat spell, it is getting nerfed, but there is the demonstration that right now it is amazing. 12v12 3-stars in the bag. The bat spell, I used the power potion for it because it's not max level, but it was awesome. It got the job done. That is going to wrap it up for this one. If you guys are interested in joining my Discord to chat with me, get the notifications on this stuff, links down in the bottom in the description. But that wraps it up for this one. Until next time, peace out.